Hello, first grade. This week we're going to be reading The Polar Bear's Son, an Inuit tale. It's retold and illustrated by Lydia Dabcovich. Before we start reading the story, here are some vocabulary words that you need to know. The first word is depend. Depend means to trust or need someone or something. In the picture, the polar bear depends on the old woman for some food. The next word is jealous. Jealous is the feeling of being upset because someone has or does something better. In the picture, the villagers are jealous of the polar bear because he's a better hunter than they are. Our third word is provider. A provider is someone who takes care of someone else. In the picture, the polar bear is being a provider for the old woman and the rest of her village by finding fish for them to eat. But the old woman has also been a provider for the polar bear by giving him food and a safe place to live. Our last word is faithful. Faithful means to be loyal, reliable, or trustworthy. In the picture, even after having to leave, the polar bear is still faithful to the old woman because every time she goes to the ice and calls for him, he always comes to her. And now it's time to read the story. The Polar Bear's Son, an Inuit Tale, retold and illustrated by Lydia Dabcovich. Way up north, all alone in a little hut at the edge of an Inuit village, there lived an old woman. She had no family, no strong sons to hunt for her. The old woman tried to fend for herself by fishing and gathering seeds and berries, but often she was unsuccessful and had to depend on her neighbors for food. One day, out on the ice, the old woman found a little white polar bear cub. His mother must have been killed, the old woman thought. So she took him home. Back in her hut, the old woman fed the cub, sharing with him the little food she had. "I will call you Kunikjuak," she said. "Kunikjuak, my son." Kunikjuak was happy with the old woman. He was a friendly, round, and fluffy little bear, and the children of the village loved to play with him, tumbling about and sliding on the snow. Spring, summer, and long, dark winter passed. Connecticut grew quickly. When spring came again, he was big and strong enough to go hunting and fishing for the old woman. Soon the old woman had plenty of meat and fish to eat, furs to keep her warm, and blubber for cooking. And, as is the custom of the Inuit, she shared every good catch with the bear and the whole village. "Come," called the old woman proudly. "There's more than enough for all of us." The villagers took the food, but in time the hunters grew angry because Kunigjuak was much better at hunting than they were, and they were jealous that the old woman had found such a good provider. They decided to kill Kunigjuak, but the children overheard the hunters' plan and ran to warn the old woman. The old woman went from house to house, pleading with the villagers to spare her clever young bear. "Kunigjuak is my son," she said. "Do not take him away from me." "This bear is getting too big and strong. He is dangerous," they said. "We will kill him tomorrow. He will make a fine feast for the village, and his fur will keep us warm." The old woman rushed back home. She told Kunigjuak that he had to leave at once. "Go," she said. "Go quickly and do not come back." Crying bitterly, she begged him not to forget her. So Kunigjuak left. Sadly, the old woman and the children watched him disappear into the distance. Now the old woman was alone again. From time to time, when she felt very lonely and hungry, she left her hut early in the morning and went very far out on the ice. Then she called, "Kunigjuak, Kunigjuak, my son!" She did not have to wait long before a big polar bear came running to meet her. It was Kanichuk, big and strong and sleek and glossy. The old woman always looked him over carefully, making sure that he had not been injured. Then Kanichuk brought her salmon and seal. They ate some of it together, and the old woman took the rest home with her. This went on for many years, and, up to this day, the Inuit tell the story of the faithful bear Kanichuk and the old woman who brought him up. Now that we have read The Polar Bear's Son, here are some questions you should keep in mind the next time you listen to the story being read. Who are the main characters? The main character is who the story is about. Where does the old woman find the cub? Why does she take the cub home with her? What do the old woman and the bear do for the village? What problem does Kunikjuuk face? Why do the hunters want to kill him? How does the old woman help the polar bear escape? Where do the old woman and Kunikjuuk meet again? How does the old woman solve her problem of being lonely after she sends Kunikjuuk away?